State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. You can play sports at the next level. Go to LTURecruitYourself.com today. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechsports.com for more information. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Welcome to Game Time Live here on the State Champs Sports Network. My name is Ryan Slocum, and I am joined by Zach Prees, and we have a doozy for you. A KLAA East battle between a pair of unbeaten teams in league play. It's the number one team in the entire state, Zach. Belleville, 14-0, taking on the rivals just up the road, Wayne Memorial, coming in at 7-0 in league play. We have Division I talent all over the floor out here. Nobody better than the super sophomore, one of the best in the country, Sydney Savory.
She is absolutely one of the best players in the country. She's ranked on ESPN's top 30 for her sophomore class, number 31, Sydney Savory. She can get it done at all levels. She finishes strong under the basket, can also shoot it from outside, and get this, she can take you on the dribble too. So she's one that's almost impossible to stop. And that's not all they have either.
No doubt about it, and we will get into that as this game goes on. Speaking of loaded teams, Wayne Memorial, the Zebras, definitely loaded as well. Nobody better, though, than their super senior, Kalina Bryant.
And she's the one that's going to have a big performance if they want a chance to take off the state's number one team today. She's not the biggest girl in the world, but boy, is she quick, and she's ferocious. She can get downhill. She's got a great first step. She can take it off the dribble, finish anywhere off the grass. Really crafty under the rim.
No question about it. Going to be a great game. Before we get to those starting lineups, let's head down to Chloe Huggs. She has both coaches.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Wilkins and Coach Mitchell, two very well-respected coaches, and you guys know each other. So how does that play into this game tonight?
We're still both competitors. I mean, absolutely, we know each other, probably talk every day. But at the end of the day, we got mutual big respect for each other, but we also know we come to compete.
Same thing. Like I tell people all the time, me and Coach Mitchell are actually good friends. We talk a lot. I work midnight, so he know to call me 1 in the morning. It's funny because we never talk about our teams. We just talk basketball. But like I said before, Wayne Memorial is a great team. They're going to come at it tough, so we got them ready to play.
Awesome. So win or loss, what are you guys looking to take away from today?
Getting better. I think that now that's the most important thing in out of all this. You know, you get the number one team coming into getting a chance to play against the number one team twice in a year is like a blessing for us, which is going to make us better and hopefully give us a better feel for when we time to play for us in March.
Win or loss, we didn't know where we at after this game. We didn't have a couple teams that we didn't play, a couple teams that's not really good. But like I said, Wayne is very tough. They're physical. They're going to lock up on defensively. So to see where we at mentally.
Thanks so much, guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
I'll toss it back up.
All right, thanks, Chloe. Should be a good one. Number 1 against number 24. First place in the KLAA East is on the line. We'll have tip-off coming up right after this.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies, the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads-Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with Reaction Technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Welcome to Game Time Live here on the State Champs Sports Network. So glad you could join us here on a Saturday for an amazing doubleheader between two teams that are just 12 miles apart. We are at Wayne Memorial High School for a KLAA East showdown. It is Wayne Memorial taking on their neighbors from Belleville. Thanks for joining us. Ryan Slocum alongside Zach Prees. Zach, we are starting out with the girls. And man, 2 minutes till tip-off, and we have some huge news. You see her right here. Secrete Carter, the junior, the Marquette commit, 5'8", the three-gunner. There you see it. There's the story of the game. Black boot on that right foot. It is a broken foot. She's going to be out till at least March. They hope to have her back in time for the playoffs. But, man, this is one of their best players, high major Division I player. Tell us what they're missing here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're missing a straight-up shooter. She can knock it down with the best of them. Just a week ago, she dropped 29 points. So they're missing some big scoring in this game. The question's going to be, who's going to step up? Now, the obvious answer seems to be Sydney Savory. She's their best player. She's one of the best players in all of America. But we talked to Coach the other day, and he said if maybe there's a little too big of a load on Savory, Rylan Bushell would be one to watch to step up because she's kind of a pass-first point guard, but she's a Central Michigan commit, and she can score the ball if she has to.
Yeah, no question about it. Rylan Bushell, 4-year starter, great defender. As you said, she's going to play in the MAC up in Mount Pleasant, so definitely a lot will be on her shoulders. But you mentioned Secrete Carter, the junior, 29 points just 1 week ago against Livonia Stevenson. And she is a girl that really made a name for herself in the EYBL this year. She was the #1 distance shooter out of everybody in the league this summer from percentage-wise. How about knocked down 103? The next closest player was 79. So that tells you how much they're going to be missing with her come this game. Let's talk about the other guys. Let's talk about the home team, Wayne Memorial, the Zebras. They come in 9-5. But Coach Jason Wilkins told us over and over again, that record, do not look at that record. This team is much better than that.
Yeah, it's a rivalry game. Rivalry games, you can throw that record out the window. And this team's on fire. They're 7-0 in conference play, so they're coming in hot. They're ready to battle tonight, and they've got a couple of absolute dogs on this team.
They sure do. Plenty of Division I talent on their side as well. They won the league 7 straight years. Before that was snapped 1 year ago by Belleville, who came in and won both meetings 61-50 and then also 59-31. So you know Wayne Memorial is going to be hoping to get a little revenge starting here in the first of their 2 meetings this season. Before we get the intros of the teams and the starting lineups, let's head down to our public address announcer and we'll have the playing of the national anthem.
Going to be a fun one, folks. This is all sorts of Division I talent, college talent across both of these rosters. Of course, one of the best players in the country, and I'm really excited to see Kalita Bryant play.
It should be awesome. Let's go back to the public address announcer for your starting lineups.
Number 4, Paisley Stevens. Number 12, Ayanna Stevens. Number 23, Christine Chinamelu. And number 31, Sydney Savory. And now for your Wayne Memorial Zebras, led by head coach Jarvis Mitchell. Number 2, Zoe Hightower. Number 5, Mariah Cross. Number 11, Morgan Smith. Number 24, Lee Bryant. And number 33, Gabby Gerald. Game on, Wayne. Welcome to the Alumni Arena on a Saturday night.
Should be an awesome game. Thank you so much. And you know, Zach, I'm an old school guy, so anytime you get to hear Sirius, the old Chicago Bulls theme song, in a high school gym nowadays, that is awesome. What an intro for this one. Big time first place matchup between Wayne Memorial and the Ville, the number 1 team in the entire state, 14-0, 8-0 in conference. And you said it, they got one of the best players in the entire nation. If you haven't heard her name, you're going to hear it a whole lot tonight. Sydney Savory, one of the top 25 sophomores in the entire nation.
Cannot wait to see her play. There's nobody better for their age, for their class, than this young woman right here.
And it is the Ville winning the tip-off.
You see Savory already being face guarded. They don't want to let her even sniff the basketball.
Absolutely. Paisley Stevens dribbling around. There is Savory. Kicks it back to Stevens. Inside. Little block work. Shot is no good. And here comes Wayne Memorial. The Zebras. Good play inside.
And she
Shot
just
comes up just short.
Just didn't quite set her feet there. Would have loved to see her take a second. She had good position, got the ball on the block, just didn't finish the move.
Savory with the pull-up. 15-footer, knocks down the first J of the game.
And what do you do about that? She's so quick, and she's got the height to just pull right over the top of the defense.
Yeah, 6-footer, makes tough shots, and you're seeing it already. 2-0, the Ville.
You know who else can make some tough shots? This young woman right here, Colina Bryant.
There she goes, pull-up triple. Just short, but the offensive rebound taken away. And there you see him getting dirty, getting down on the floor. No call yet. I figure that'll be a jump ball, and yes, it will be. Possession will stay with the Zebras.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's going to be a jump ball. And we talked to Belleville's coaching staff, and they talked about 40 minutes of hell. They talked about playing hard-nosed basketball and easy buckets in transition.
Yeah, no question about it. He mentioned that, whoa, way outside. Pull-up J, no good. Here comes the Ville. You mentioned that 40 minutes of hell. Anybody that knows college basketball about 30 years ago, talking about that 1993 Arkansas team. He says that's the way we play, and that's the way we've got to play. Corliss Williamson on that team. 04 Pistons champ. Here is the Ville. Trapped in the corner is Rylan Bushel, and she is tied up. But this time, possession will stay with the Tigers.
And we talked about her having to have a little bit of an increased role today. Now they're swarming the ball. You see just the defense. They're doubling. As soon as she touches that ball, they don't want to let her be that distributor.
Wide open in the corner. The lefty pulling up just short from 3. But there you see Savory. How about the hustle? And again, incredible hustle to keep the ball alive. Here come the Zebras pushing it up court. And it's thrown away. Bushel coming back at him, and we're going to have a foul right at midcourt. Going to be interesting, as you mentioned, with the injury to Carter. Now, luckily, both of these teams did play last night. Didn't seem to slow down the Ville at all. They knock off John Glenn 80-14. So they did get a little run out there. They did get a try to see, hey, what are we going to be doing out here without our D1 high major player?
And the fact that they won that game so easily gave them a chance to get a little bit of rest for some of their better players. Because playing those back-to-backs, especially rivalry game, high energy like this, we already see them running up and down the court. It's even a little out of control at times. You got to sometimes say, all right, as a coach, you got to tell your players, chill out. Let's slow down a little bit. We don't want to run ourselves to death here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a chance to get some other girls out there and get some run that we're going to need to get some run here over the next 2 months. At the line now, the fabulous freshman, Paisley Stevens, 5'11" freshman. And she knocks down the first free throw for a 3-0 lead.
And like you said, yes, down the stretch, I mean, there's going to be injuries. You're going to get winded once it comes tournament time. Those are gritty games. You need everybody you can get, all the depth you can get on the bench.
No question about it. Zebras still looking for their first bucket of the game. Baseline, Jay, nothing but the bottom. That is Gabby Gerald, the 6-footer, knocking down the 15-footer.
And Coach says she's one of the top 3 fastest players on the team. She's not a guard, but she's got some wheels, and we've already seen her out in transition. There she buried the baseline, Jay.
And there we go. Another pull-up, Jay, by Sydney. 2 for 2 now. With those pull-ups from straight away. We got a foul underneath, though. And it's going to be the Zebras going to the strike.
And it seems like the Zebras, their strategy here seems to be to get out and run. They understand. Everyone in the world knows the star power is on the side of the Tigers here. But the Zebras, they want to get out fast, even after a made bucket like that. You know, for anyone here in Michigan, you're familiar with Tom Izzo ball. Even after made buckets, you can get out and run, and there it results in 2 free throws.
So at the line, Zoe Hightower. Coach tells us this is the toughest kid I have ever coached. Incredible.
And that's about the biggest compliment you can get from a head coach.
No question. Coaches need multiple players like her. Here comes Belleville. Outside corner 3. No good. But we've got a foul underneath on the rebound. And it looks like we are going to stay here.
Yeah, I believe Chinemalu got fouled there. Just the Zebras fighting for their life on the offensive glass. They're giving up some size, so positioning is going to be so important for them tonight. You have to be disciplined boxing out.
Driving down the lane, a little teardrop. Going to be no good by Bushel. Here come the Zebras. Top side triple. Just short. And it's going to be out of bounds. Mariah Cross there.
And something interesting.
Transition 3.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Something interesting to note here is that Colina Bryant hasn't been as involved in the last couple of possessions. We'll see if they kind of start to try to force the ball to her a little bit more. She's their best scorer, but she hasn't gotten the ball in a few possessions.
Here comes the freshman. Getting into the paint, rattles just out. Zebras with it, and they'll bring it up the floor. Here comes Bryant. Good pass inside. We're going to have a foul underneath.
And that's the selflessness of Bryant, being willing to make the right play. She's a scorer. It's easy, especially in a rivalry game like this. You want to show out in front of all the fans, but at the end of the day, you want to make the right basketball play. She saw the double, saw where the help came from, made the nice bounce pass.
So here comes Gerald. Got a bucket on the day, short with the freebie. Are you interested in a sports management degree? Lawrence Technological University offers varsity sports for men and women while studying for a world-class undergraduate degree. Scholarships are available at LTURecruitYourself.com. Second one rims out, and here comes the Ville. Pass a little sloppy there. Savory trying to dish it up with the left hand. It gets poked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Tigers. There's Savory taking it out of bounds. Throws it into the backcourt for the senior CMU commit, Rylan Bushel.
And they'd love to see her get going offensively. We already talked. She's going to have to play a bigger role tonight.
Here comes Savory making things happen. Kicks it into the corner. Third triple we've seen from that corner. None of them have fallen yet.
There's that
Savory
quick double.
Throws that one away. Great call by you. Here they come. It's Bryant in that 2-4, worn by another Bryant, and she puts it in.
And she is just so intense. She gets that bucket. There's not a moment of celebration. She's locked in on defense.
Here comes Paisley Stevens. Got it on the wing, kicks it in. Savory, turnaround Jay. No good. Back comes the home team. We are tied at 6, but this pass just a little long and into the hallway. And we'll head back the other way. You called it right from the get-go. Doubling underneath. Doing everything they can to slow down Sydney.
And they understand that Savory and Bushel are a couple guys that they can't let beat them. They're willing, if someone else goes off for 25, they're willing to live with that probably. They can't let the best players beat them.
No question. Ryland Bushel and Sydney Savory trying to make up for the loss of Secrete Carter, the junior, 5'8", three-baller going to Marquette. What have you seen from the other side so far? After a slow start, Wayne Memorial's picked this thing up, and we're tied at 6 halfway through the first.
Yeah, they've started to get to the foul line a little bit, and that'll be something to watch to see if foul trouble does become a storyline later in this game. Of course, it's not going to quite yet. We've got 3 minutes left in the first quarter, but once we get to the third, fourth quarter of this game, that could become a storyline. And I'm impressed with Kalina Bryant's playmaking and her intensity. She scored a bucket on the last time down, not a moment of celebration. She's locked in, clapping her hands. She's down a three-point stance, full court press right away. She is extremely intense. I love it.
Well, this is awesome. If you can get a shot of this crowd, we're almost sold out here for the first of our doubleheader tonight. And, you know, Coach told us, Jarvis Mitchell, man, this is going to be the rumble in the jungle, man. And he wasn't just talking about the Tigers and the Zebras. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And it's so cool because you don't get to see it all the time. Certain conferences have it. Boy, girl, male, female, doubleheaders. You don't see that all the time anymore now. Over the last 10, 15 years since they've been playing in the same season. So very cool. The guys get to cheer on their friends. The girls then later get to cheer on their friends from the guys' side. So very cool to see that here tonight, and we're so glad we can bring it to you on Game Time Live.
And it's such a unique thing to high school hoops, right? Because this doesn't really happen at any other level. You don't get that type of environment, and really where the community, or two communities, kind of come together to, you know, root against each other, but at the end of the day, it's a great community event as well.
Absolutely. So here come the Zebras. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Pass inside, taken away. Defense is what Coach told us it's all about. Their half-court defense is excellent. You just saw it right there. Little floater in the paint, going to be no good. Here come the Zebras on the break, kick ahead. Mariah's got it, dribbling out of traffic, back up top. Wide open triple. It's off.
Roof might have came off this place if that went down.
Oh, yeah. Would have been the first lead of the game for the Zebras. Here comes Bushel, kicks it over. What a pass. Lays it in. Number 12, Ayanna Stevens, the senior, getting on the board for the first time. And here we go again. More half-court D. And we'll see if that can turn into offense on the other end. Sydney takes it all the way. Foul is called. She'll head to the line.
And Savory gets to the line there. I would have loved to see her make that extra pass. It was a 2-on-1. Thought there was a bounce pass there for a layup. Regardless, she's a good enough shooter. She's probably going to knock down both of these anyways, but there was that extra pass there.
So there it is, super sophomore at the line. All she has is 30 offers right now. That's it, you know. No big whoop. She knocks down the first. State champs celebrating Black History Month. Video highlights of the top black athletes from the state of Michigan will be posted on our social media channels. And we're going to start off this month with a guy I covered all the time up in Saginaw. That is Draymond Green.
He terrorized my Wolverines for a while there.
Yeah, he did a little bit. Incredible player in high school. One of the best I have ever covered. Probably the best all-around high school basketball player I've covered in my time in this area. Amazing. Back to this one. It's Savory. How about the hands there? Knocking it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Zebras.
And she's got such a big wingspan. She's so long and athletic. I've been so impressed with her so far, not only on the offensive end, but she's so imposing defensively. She almost takes away one of your players entirely.
Here comes Bryant. Little trouble in the paint. Stays with it. Tries again. And she is shut down. And that's going to be a foul on the loose ball. It's Chen Christine, the junior, getting the foul there.
That was physical, and I think it was all ball. I think it was clean, but Bryant she's fearless in amongst the trees is what I like to call it, in there in the paint. She's given up a little bit of size there, though.
Let's take another look at it real quick if we can. As they are back in action, we'll let you know if anything happens.
You can see she tries to go over that left shoulder, just gets absolutely shut down.
And we just saw another huge block right there. Sydney Savory, a monster block. That is 3 big packs coming at you. We're going to take a look at the baseline block coming at you right here.
That's Darling. She thinks she's got baseline. She does sort of have baseline, but Savory says, get that out of here. Not on my watch.
Not just a scorer, a great two-way player. That is why she is one of the best in the nation. Pull up Jay for 3, no good, but there's an offensive rebound and another opportunity. That time knocked down from just one step in, and that is Morgan Smith, and that's what she can do. She can shoot the rock. Here comes the freshman the other way, and we are going to get a charge. Zebra Nation, the zoo, coming to life. 1 minute to play in the first. They are down a deuce, 10-8. Real incredible, fun first half so far. Seeing a little bit of everything.
The energy is great. People stepping in, being willing to give up your body to take that charge. And you talked about Morgan Smith. Boy, can she shoot it. She hit 6 threes against this team 2 years ago.
Yeah, they know she can pull it up and hit it inside. Great look. And that is laid in. And we are tied at 10. Back the other way, Paisley to a cutting Sydney. How about that lefty right there? No good. And the home team, Wayne Memorial, looking to take the lead by the end of the first, and they're going to hold for last.
Now, yeah, you're curious whether they'll just go last shot here. It looks like they will. And in this type of a situation, now, no one on this team or this coaching staff may ever admit it, but they are a little bit of underdogs in this game. In this type of a game, you want to shorten the game. The less possessions, the better.
Here we go, under 10. Colina Bryant, the senior, working on the freshman. Into the paint, great dish, lays it in. And they get it done. This place has come to life. Mackenzie Nelson laying it in to beat the buzzer and to give the home team the lead.
And once again, the selflessness from Bryant. Doesn't care about her own bucket there.
Awesome. It is Wayne Memorial on top of the number 1 team in the state. 12-10 after 1. We'll be right back after this.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies, the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with Reaction Technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Wow, what a great matchup so far already. Ryan mentioned early Secrete Carter. She broke her foot in practice. I got a chance to talk to her before the game. She's sad she can't compete tonight. She knows the major implications that this game has. She loves this game, but she knows that her team, she has trust in her team tonight. She knows that they're going to get the job done. She's hoping that she'll be back by the state championship. Thanks, guys, and good luck.
Thanks so much, Chloe. Yeah, what a loss. A girl who dropped, as we said, 29 before. This team loves to shoot the triple, loves to get it done from outside, and she's the number 1 girl to do that. And she's going to be gone throughout the playoffs here. Hopefully we'll be back if they make a big run.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just you love to see such an important player like that come back later in the year. You hate to feel like a team's playing shorthanded.
Well, it was a great run at the end of the quarter by Wayne Memorial. They take a 2-point lead into the second.
There's the quick
and
double
it's
once
Savory
again.
Giving the ball up. Ryland had it, but she stepped out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Zebras.
And again, they're not going to let Savory beat them one-on-one. They're going to say anyone else in this gym can beat us, and if you beat us, we'll tip the cap to you. But it's not going to be Sydney Savory.
Wayne Memorial working that half-court offense. Now, we haven't seen a ton of this because they have been running and gunning so far. But you saw once again another turnover forced by the Tigers, and they take over looking to tie this thing up or take a 1-point lead.
And that's the length of Sydney Savory. Again, they've got her at the top of the zone. What a luxury to have a girl that tall who's so quick. You can play her at a high zone like that. They're playing like a high 3-2, and she affected that pass. That's why it was thrown out of bounds.
And they definitely have a lot of length there on that Tiger lineup. Ryland hands it off. Here is Paisley. Back to Ryland, top of the key, working the three-man weave. Sydney into that corner. Jada Quinn parked over there. Savory throws it to the other corner. Taking their time, and yeah, we got an up and down there, travel.
Savory a little frustrated here. She made a nice cut. She was wide open at the free throw line. She's already knocked down a couple shots from that spot. Her teammate just didn't find her on this particular play.
Yeah, Ryland tried to pull up for three there and had a hand in her face very quickly, and it'll be a turnover.
It's a sign of respect for a shooter.
Absolutely.
If they leave you open, you're probably not a great shooter, right?
Here comes Wayne Memorial, no question about it. Into the corner. Skip pass across, and it skipped a little too far. A little long for Morgan Smith, who was over there on the wing. And we go back to the Tigers.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see the coaching staff just tell them, take a deep breath. Make the simple play.
Bushel into the corner. Nothing but the bottom. That's Jada Quinn, the junior. And finally, they knocked down one of those corner triples.
And they punished the full court pressure there. Once they got past some of that full court pressure, they sped up. They didn't let the defense recover, and that's why they had that open triple in the corner.
Belleville back on top. It's Bryant into the corner for Smith. Smith kicks it topside into the other corner for three, and we've got a foul on the triple. And that's going to be 3 shots for Mariah Cross, I believe.
That is Mariah Cross. She's going to get 3 here, and that's a rough foul to take. She's a great shooter, but you want to try to stay a little more disciplined on that closeout, and she's such a good shooter. She's committed to Temple, and Coach told us she's like a spark plug for this team.
No question. Nobody works harder than she does. Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common. Officials. They're needed more. Now, more than ever. Go to MHSAA.com for more information, because without officials, pretty much just practice. So it is Mariah Cross, the 5'3" junior, knocked down the first 2 of the 3, giving her team the lead, and she gets all of them. So now they're up a deuce, 15-13 with 6:20 to play in the first half. It's the freshman, Paisley Stevens, with the ball, and she gives it up. Taken away, breakaway. Morgan Smith, the junior, laying it in for a 4-point lead.
Smith, known as a shooter, she got herself a deuce there. Used a little bit of physicality on the freshman. Said, "Hey, I'm an upperclassman. You're not gonna toss me around."
Tigers get the ball right back here. Savory, how about that great pass to a cutting Savory, who lays it in to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, the Tigers giving the Zebras a little bit of their own medicine, saying we can bring some full court pressure as well.
Both of these teams firing the triple. Here comes another one from Mariah. In and out, but right there for the offensive rebound, it's Hightower, the senior. On the other end, Ryland Bushel. Back inside to Savory. And she is fouled, putting it up, and will head to the line.
Great entry pass there. She had her girls sealed, and she did a great job of not giving up ground. She let the entry pass travel all the way to her, didn't give up any ground, went up strong, forced the foul.
We talked about the 30-plus offers that she has. How about UCLA? How are they doing this year?
They seem to be okay.
Yeah, they seem to be okay. Michigan, Michigan State, Iowa, among many others. It's easy to see why she is one of the best sophomores in the country, and she is just getting going. Past the 1,000 career point mark as a sophomore, 12 games into the season. Had a school record 41 earlier this year, and she knocks down 2 at the stripe here to make it once again a 2-point game with 5:10 to play. And now you're seeing a little pressure. Pressure is broken, but the ball is thrown into the Belleville bench, and they'll take back over and head back the other way. And now we're seeing some pressure here from the other side.
Yeah, both teams really trying to speed up the opposition. And for the most part, it's worked for both squads, especially for Belleville. They've been able to speed up the Zebras quite a bit.
Another corner three and another make. Jada Quinn now has 2 of them. They love that corner, and that one puts them back on top 20-19. And I believe we're going to have a turnover. That pressure works. We talked about the pressure. We talked about the defense. We talked about the Arkansas 93. They are showing that. Belleville causing numerous turnovers so far.
And it seems like Belleville has just been a lot more poised so far, handling the pressure.
Paisley into the paint. Savory, turn and gun, no good. Nice save attempt, but out of bounds, and we are going to head the other way. Once again, the press is on. Mixing up the defensive looks.
And Bryant's got to hurry a little bit here.
She gets it across, but it's trapped. Throws it off the leg, trapped again. We've got a whistle, and we have a timeout. Wayne Memorial, Coach Jarvis Mitchell bails out his team right there. And they're down 1, 20-19. I would like to see maybe both teams take a breather. I know they both want to push. That is their game. Push the ball up the court. But maybe both just need to take a deep breath a little bit. We talked about that. Poise in this gym, in a rivalry. First place on the line. Got to have some poise.
I think especially for the Zebras. Now, the Tigers have started to punish the pressure a little bit. We've seen a couple of those corner 3 balls left wide open when they beat the pressure. So they've gotten some points beating the pressure. But the Zebras, they need to slow down, I think. They're gone not necessarily panic mode, but they're making decisions without really thinking first. We saw the unforced error on the over and back. We've seen multiple passes just sailed over people's heads out of bounds. You're giving up valuable possessions in a 1-point game. I'd love to see them slow it down. There's no shot clock, so you can slow down and take a deep breath.
No shot clock in the state of Michigan. Coach Mitchell told us this is going to be like a game of poker with these two coaches. Talked to them before the game. They are good buddies, good friends. They know each other so well, as do these teams. What a block there by Savory. Her second monster block in this game.
And a player like Savory can just be an eraser. See, the Zebras won that play up until the minute Sydney Savory came in. We're gonna see the replay right here. This is a great pass by Kalina Bryant. She does everything perfect here. Great pocket pass, and then Savory's just too good.
And with the left hand as well. No foul on that one. How about the little turnaround? It's Bryant, her second bucket of the game. Tough shot, puts her team back on top. Paisley spins into the paint, loses the ball. No call. There is a call right there. And, yeah, that's going to be on the Tigers.
Well, Bryant said, guess what? If the pass didn't work, I'm going to get that bucket myself.
Yeah.
She took it into multiple defenders. Tough finish for her inside.
So after the foul by Anna Stevens, the Zebras have it. Bryant over to the other side. Cross back to Bryant. She's going to try to make it happen. Kicks it out. Shot is no good, but a great offensive board and dish inside to the cutter. Mariah Cross lays it in.
Mackenzie Nelson pumped up. She earned her team an extra possession there.
How about that play? Dribbling through traffic. And we've got a 1-point game again. Cross kicking it back to Bryant. And she's going to tell her team where to go.
That was Jada Quinn. She's had a great game. She's knocked down a couple of 3 balls already right there with the lefty finish.
And there's Cross again, wide open in the corner. Knocks it down, the future Temple Owl with a triple. And it's a 4-point lead for the Zebras. Here comes Ryland into the paint. Nobody stops her but can't get the layup to fall. And we're headed back the other way. Right down the middle in the transition. Good defense there by the Tigers. And this play will stay with the Zebras, but we do have a player down.
Trying to spot who it is. Can't see a number from here.
Not exactly sure what happened. Fell kind of hard. Got poked in the eye. Hopefully she will be all right. We'll have a break in the action here. Wayne Memorial is leading 26-22, 2:26 to play before the break.
Kalina Bryant with another great outlet pass there.
And while we have a break in the action, we will take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies, the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with Reaction Technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Welcome back. Game time live at Wayne Memorial. It is the Zebras taking on Belleville. Kalina Bryant, pull-up triple. No good. Zebras have the lead, 26-22. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half of a great one. The top-ranked team in the entire state taking on number 24. Here comes Sydney Savory right down the lane. How about the Euro and the flip up and in?
Crafty move there. She split just about the entire defense, at least 80% of it on her way to that finish.
Moses Savory splitting the C as she goes down the lane. Kalina Bryant now for the home team. The senior with it. She'll be playing her college ball at Drexel. Measuring the defense, throws it inside. Ball is tipped away, and it'll stay with Wayne Memorial.
And she hasn't had the best scoring game. Now, she's got 6, I believe, to this point, but she is so in control of the offense. She's such a calming presence out there, and she seemingly always makes the right play.
And we have a foul on the entry pass. And it's going to be on Sydney Savory, her first.
The Belleville fans will catch their breath every time they hear she picks up a foul, but it is her first.
Just her first. How about Bryant getting into the paint? Zebras hang on to it. And they're holding on to it. Bryant, double team, fights through, finds the open man. Back up top now to Bryant. How about that lay-in attempt with the left? No good. And here comes the Ville. They got numbers. Savory with the pull-up. Rims in and out.
She got what she wanted there, every part of the rim, but doesn't count as anything.
But no net, absolutely, and we are under a minute to play.
They're not going last shot here, which is interesting.
Bryant spins through the paint, finds the open man, pass a little bit low, and it goes out of bounds, and it's another turnover.
And it's the right look there by Bryant, just the pass isn't quite there. It's a little low down by the ankles, especially for a bigger player cutting on the baseline. That's really tough.
Wayne bringing the pressure again. Everybody's locked up, and they get it into the freshman. Here comes Paisley. Finds the open man on the break, and another rim out. Savory trying to get it to go, and it doesn't, but we have a call. And the hometown crowd not too happy with that one. Coach Mitchell is not happy with that one either.
Great minds think alike. He is incensed after that call. And there's another example where the Tigers punished the pressure. Now, unfortunately, they didn't make the layup. Savory smoked that layup, which is rare, but they did punish the pressure. They had a 3-on-1 there.
30 seconds to play in the first. Savory driving baseline. Finds the open man in the corner. Paisley fires long on the triple. And great defense there by Ryland Bushel. The CMU commit knocks it out of bounds, and the clock stops with exactly 22 seconds to play You talked about holding for last.
This is
We are
big going
see
into
that
half.
here. Colina Bryant bringing it up. 15 to go now. Into the paint. Back to Bryant. And she traveled, shuffled the feet. And another turnover. 4.1 ticks on the clock.
Well, I think I know where they want this ball to go here.
Exactly. DeVille with one final shot. Pass in goes to Jada. Jada passes it. The shot is blocked. No foul from straight away. And we go into halftime with the home team leading 26-24. And coming up at the half, TJ Kelly is in the State Champs studio. He's going to preview the boys game we have coming up right after this. We'll also go downriver to check out some unified basketball. Stick around. And we will have right now Chloe Huggs down with Jarvis Mitchell.
Thanks, guys. Coach Mitchell, you guys are going into the half up by 2. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling uneasy a little bit. I'm really disappointed about our defensive efforts. I think we could have played a little bit harder. A lot of second chance points, and definitely us fouling for no reason. Like a couple of times, I feel like we could have contested better.
The atmosphere is insane in here. What role do you think that's playing in this game right now?
Well, I mean, we knew it. We knew it for a long time ago. Belleville is a good basketball team. We're a good basketball team, and it's going to be a good chance for good basketball. And that's what the fans want to see. They want to see two Titans collide, and I think we're giving them the show that they came for.
Exactly. And what do you guys need to do to be able to pull away from them in the second half?
We got to play harder. We have to play harder. We got to figure out a way to keep competing every possession. I think we're doing a decent job, but in order for us to pull out with a victory, we need to do a great job.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic.
Great matchup this Saturday in the KLAA East. Wayne Memorial hosts Belleville. The doubleheader, folks. You've got the girls' game starting at 5:30, followed by the boys right afterwards. I'm proud to tell you that State Champs Game Time Live will be there covering both games. Can't miss basketball. We'll see if the Zebras can defend the Serengeti, or will there be a three-way tie atop the KLAA East. This game is loaded with uncommitted senior forwards. Pay attention to the backcourt matchups in this game. You've got sophomore Adam Coates from Belleville, and then the two dynamic juniors out of Wayne Memorial, Carlos Medlock and Jalen Allen. That game's coming up next. Unified games have been popping up all across the state, and State Champs had the opportunity to go downriver and cover the unified game there.
Unified basketball got started at Carlson 3 years ago when we found out that other downriver schools were already involved. I was involved in Special Olympics Unified when I was in college. And so when we were given the opportunity and we had students who would be able to participate in the program, we were able to work hard, put something together, and it's gone really well so far.
It's the absolute greatest. I've coached a lot of sports over the course of a lot of seasons, and this might be the most fulfilling coaching I've ever done, quite frankly. You're with a lot of amazing kids who just want to give full effort and full energy at all times. It's phenomenal.
It's really nice that our games are between the other games because we're able to pull a crowd. The other athletes who are playing come and support them, and it just creates a huge sense of community and ownership over our school and being proud and being a Marauder.
Just having those experiences is fantastic. I mean, when you see them make a shot, you see the smile, you see the cheers, and just having the whole crowd going crazy for them is just going to be a once in a lifetime experience for them.
Playing here, going to school here, being an alumni, it in itself, being part of our unified program has been the most gratifying experience I've had. It's the best way I've been able to give back to our community in the best way that I know how.
I get to work with my daughter. She's a partner on the team, and that's a blast. And my cousin is an athlete on the team, and it's just about as rewarding as you can imagine it could be.
Oh, there was definitely some smiles around when they saw the camera following around. Probably a little bit of smiles and some extra shots, and a lot more hustle. And they were definitely running a little bit faster back on defense.
Having the cameras here today was such an amazing experience for our athletes. It was once in a lifetime for a lot of them, and it just made the night so much more special. We're so grateful to State Champs for coming and supporting us.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies, the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with Reaction Technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic.
Welcome back to Game Time Live here on the State Champs Sports Network. Ryan Slocum alongside Zach Freeze. And we have a first place battle in the KLAA East. And it is the number one team in the state, Zach, down a bucket at halftime to Wayne Memorial on the road, 26-24. Let's get into a couple of stats before we get into the keys of the game and what we saw in the first half. Sydney Savory, as expected, leading the way for Belleville. She has 12 points. Jada Quinn, 8 points, a pair of triples, all in the second quarter. Then for Wayne Memorial, who has the lead, it's the junior, the Temple commit, Mariah Cross, leading the way with 8 points, also all in the second quarter. Maybe a sloppy first half, Zach. What would you like to see here coming into the second half? And for Wayne Memorial, as many turnovers as they had, they got to be happy. They have a 2-point lead.
And it feels like they're playing the better basketball game so far. Like you said, they've been a little sloppy, especially in the half court. And a lot of that has been unforced turnovers. I'd love to see them clean that up a little bit in the second half. We're in for a really fun second half. The environment's electric.
For more on the second half, let's head down to the sideline and Chloe Hug.
Coach Wilkins, you're coming out of the half down by 2. What was your message to the girls during the locker room?
Just keep our composure and get back to how we play. Play tough-nosed defense and keep going on offense.
I asked Coach Mitchell the same question, but what is the energy and the atmosphere in here? What is that doing, and how is that playing a role in this gym right now?
The energy is electric. You know, I think it got to my girls a little bit. It's electric. I just told them to relax, act like it's practice. Nobody's in the gym.
Yes, thank you so much. Good luck.
All right, appreciate that, Chloe. We are just about to start the second half. And a great game by Wayne Memorial. Great job in the second quarter, I thought. This is a team that's played an incredible schedule. And we said at the top of the show, hey, they're 9-5, but they play much better than that. And they played a difficult schedule. They knocked off number 9 Goodrich earlier in the year, and they lost by 2 points in overtime to Edison. So we know this is a team that can bring it against the top team in the state.
And you can see that by the fact that they're 7-0 in KLAA conference play. So when they start to play some of, I guess, more normal competition, they are dominating.
No question about it. And again, if you were just joining us, thank you so much for doing that. But we've got to let you know that the number 2 scorer on the team, the junior, the Marquette commit, Secrete Carter, not in this game. Broke her foot in practice this week. She is in a boot on the bench right now. She's hoping to come back for a run in the playoffs.
And it looks like Zoe Hightower's back out there on defense. We saw her get a little banged up earlier. Nice to see her come back. Glad to see she's okay.
Absolutely. Difficult shot there by Sydney. Came up short, but it is laid up and in by Christine Chin.
Well, if you ask Sydney Savory, that's a pass.
Yeah, absolutely. No foul there on the drive. In the Ville coming at you, tied at 26. Sydney with the left hand, dribbles off her foot though. And we are going to go back the other way. Wayne taking over with a tie game. Early seconds here, the second half.
I would love to see the Zebras do a little bit of a better job getting back after that pressure. It's okay to pressure, but you need to make sure you're not giving up these 3-on-2, 2-on-1 situations like they have a lot.
Colina Bryant standing up top. She's got it. Dribbles over to the wing. The 4-year starter is blocked. And the Ville not happy with that call. Ayanna Stevens reached out but got a little bit of the hand, says Mr. Referee.
I'm not a referee. That looked all ball from here. I can't promise you, and I promise you I'd do a worse job than our refs are today. It's a super tough job. That did look like all ball from up here, though.
So it's Kalina at the line. First shot is no good. Coach Jarvis Mitchell tells us this is the most skilled point guard he has ever had. She chose Drexel over Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Detroit, IPFW, Iona, Norfolk. Bunch of folks wanted her at the next level, and she will be playing at Drexel. Here comes the Ville. The freshman, Paisley with it. Looking for Savory, can't get it to her, so she drives the lane, flips it up, and gets it to go. Difficult shot by the freshman, and the Ville moves back on top.
Yeah, Paisley just sneaks it over the front of the rim. Not sure, honestly, how she even got that shot up.
3-ball coming, no good. Here come the Tigers. Rylan Bushel had a quiet night, trying to make something happen here. Steps through, throws it up, no call. Here come the Zebras.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there. The question is whether the defender was set or not.
How about that? Ryland pokes it away, dives on the ball, gets the steal for her squad, comes up limping a little bit, but how about the work there? Coach told us this is an amazing on-ball defender. You saw it there. 4-year starter. She is the glue of this team. That's a perfect example of why.
And having the humility to be such a good player but go, okay, I'm not going to be the number one scorer. I'm going to be a distributor and a hustle guy. And she's still going to play Division I ball, but just having the humility to step down, she knows that Sydney Savory is such an absolute dog on the basketball court. She's willing to give up the spotlight a little bit.
And you saw some hustle right there as well. Sydney had it in the paint, went down. Zebras jumped on it, tied her up, and they get possession on the jump ball. Down 2. Under 6 to play in the third. Thanks for joining us here at Wayne Memorial High School. The Zebras trying to move back in front in this top 25 showdown. Mariah Cross with it on the right side. Crossover. It's got nothing, dumps it into the middle. I believe we have a travel, and we do.
Just couldn't quite control the ball right away, a little bit sloppy with the footwork there. The pass might have been a little high. That was some great action, honestly, on offense by the Zebras. They just couldn't quite execute at the end.
So the Ville, 14-0. Getting away with one right there. They're looking to make it 15-0. Here comes the boss, Sydney. Pulls up, no good. Offensive rebound and put back. Great job there on the inside by the Tigers. It's Ayanna Stevens.
Again, described as their team's Dennis Rodman. That looked pretty Dennis Rodman-esque.
And then it's Chen with the big block. Bryant with a beautiful crossover. Got into the paint. Lost her balance, a little scoop. Chen said, "No, ma'am. You will get nothing, and you will like it." But the ball stays with the Zebras. Poked inside. And that is a tough break right there. Was going to be Zebra's ball, but it went right at the inbounder, and she had no choice but to catch it while standing out of bounds. And now the Ville has come to life a little bit in the stands on the other side. Well, we want you to take your game to the next level with Reaction Technologies, elevating athlete safety and performance. Follow them at Reaction Tech on all social media. So it's the Ville Zach taking over. They've got a 4-point lead here early in the third. What do you like from them coming out of the break where they were down a bucket?
I mean, their size and athleticism is just starting to take over this game a little bit. They haven't given up a single point here in the second half. The Zebras have been stuck at 26 since late in the second quarter. So just the athleticism and the strength inside. We've seen offensive rebounds, even on air balls or shots that even do careem off the rim. We see just the physicality. If I'm Coach Mitchell in the timeout right now, you're preaching physicality. You got to get a body on somebody, get your hip into somebody, and box them out because you don't have the physical advantage. You have to win fundamentally.
So far, Belleville is doing exactly that. If you don't know anything about these two teams, this rivalry, this conference, 7 straight years and 83 straight games in the KLAA East for the Zebras until last year. And then Belleville knocked them off twice en route to making it to the Breslin for the first time in school history, where they were upset by Grand Blanc. This is Paisley, the lefty, the freshman, knocks it down from just inside the line. And they said they were just happy to be there back then. It is much different now. They expect to get back there, and they don't even talk about it. They just know what they have to do, and here they come with it. Savory, a little out of control that time, throws it out of bounds, but it is the Ville up 32-26, Zach.
And Coach said it's those extra sprints, that extra little bit. They now understand what it takes. They've got the confidence. They don't have to say anything. They know where they're trying to get. They know exactly what their goal is, and that's a state chip.
Yeah, Coach said the same thing. He goes, shoot, I was happy to be there too. They got a taste of it, and now they know. Still a young team as well. Sydney, just a sophomore. Carter, a junior. They got a good squad, but how about that pull-up? It's Gabby Gerald, the 6-footer. knocking it down, makes it a 4-point game.
Big bucket there. I think we're going to have to see Colleen Bryant be a little bit more of a distributor here. She's having trouble with the size inside. She's a great player, but she's small. She's got to pass the rock.
Ryland kicks it over to Ayana. Ayana getting D'd up there by Gabby. Great fake on the block, and it is laid in by Chen. Good block work there by the Ville. Back come the Zebras. Baseline drive, thrown away.
A lot of contact there, no call.
Ryland, more contact, no call. Here we go again, back and forth, all the way into the paint. Dropped off, no ma'am, one more time. How impressive are the Tigers at the rim?
That deserves a Dikembe Mutombo finger wag. Get that out of here, not on my watch.
Ayana Stevens, the senior.
She was talking her talk a little after the play. I hear the officials may have given her a little bit of a warning there.
Oh, that is a triple from Morgan Smith to cut into that lead. You know, Coach said she's our Rodman. Yeah, I guess you're seeing it a little bit there as well. Not only defensively, maybe a little bit of talk. Here comes Sydney into the paint. How about that? Good luck stopping it. Little teardrop gets it to go. 36-31, just under 3 to play in the third.
And it's the little 2-foot jump stop there. Lets her land on a solid base. She's going up totally balanced there.
Kicked into the corner. Triple try. Got it. That's 2 in a row. Mackenzie Nelson, the senior, knocking it down. 2 straight triples for the Zebras, and they've cut this to a 2-point game.
Well, it feels like just a second ago they were still stuck at 26. Now Mackenzie Nelson says, give me 3, and we got a 2-point game again.
Yeah, Coach talked about the shooting inconsistency of his team. He goes, when we're hitting, we're hitting. But I've got young kids out here, and sometimes they don't. If we can knock them down, we are a dangerous team. You've seen it 2 trips down now. Paisley. Pull up, no good.
And that's the type of box out I'm talking about. Gets her body into somebody. That was Gerald, I believe. Physical box out. She's given up some height, but she won the fundamentals there.
Here comes Bryant. Straight down the lane into traffic. But they keep the ball. Another triple in the corner and make it 3 straight. Nelson with her second in a row, and the home team up 1, 37-36.
Nelson says, stop disrespecting me. Don't leave me open. That's a free 3.
Referees definitely letting them play out here. And it's another turnover. Belleville a little out of sorts. Here they come again. Another triple try. This one, heat check a little too much. And the Ville with it. We finally get a whistle underneath on the rebound. Gonna be on Gerald, I believe. And we're going to go back the other way, Tiger ball.
And that was Nelson. Just hit a couple huge shots. She had the offensive board. That was the easiest shot yet, and she misses the bunny. Just the energy coursing through your veins at this point, it can get to you, and it gets to her there. Absolutely. Is this fun or what?
Absolutely. And Coach said, man, if you bought a ticket, you are going to get your money's worth. The fans here have definitely gotten that. Very exciting game so far. Bucket and the foul. How about that by the freshman? She has stepped up and playing, no, not like a freshman whatsoever.
Not at all. I mean, I probably straight up wouldn't have believed you if you told me he was a freshman coming into this. Look at the hesitation, then the
steps through.
Finishing strong through the contact, +1.
Great game by Paisley Stevens so far. 1:24 to play. The and one gives her team the lead, 38-37. The freshman is at the stripe. The old-fashioned 3 is good.
She's been so poised all game. Never a moment where she hasn't looked confident.
So here comes Wayne. Wow. That would have brought the house down. Defender on the floor with the hezzy. Pulled up on her. Step back. No good.
Yeah,
And here comes Savory.
Bryant sent Rylan Mitchell into another dimension. Couldn't finish the play, though.
Back and forth. No call there, and then we do get one. A little hip check on there. It's Rylan Bushel. Gets knocked into the bench.
And if you're the officials here, you got to be careful. Now, this has been a clean game to this point.
That is the 5th foul of this third quarter, so she will go to the stripe. Yeah, they're getting a little excited out there. We're seeing some action. They let a few of them go. Don't want to let it get away. And, yeah, we're seeing that right there. You couldn't have let that one go. Here comes Rylan. Senior knocks it down.
I'm not sure that one would have been legal on the gridiron.
No, not so much. Quiet night from Rylan so far. She'll be heading up to Mount Pleasant next fall. 4-year starter. Knocks them both down. Puts her team back up 4 with under a minute to play in the third.
And yet she's still helped her team. That's why it's so important to be more than just a scorer. And a lot of people can score the ball, but she can play tough defense and distribute.
The McDonald's All-American kicks it into the corner. Here comes Bryant down the lane, but found trouble. Gets it ripped away. Sydney back the other way. Looking inside. Big trouble. Triple team. Forced shot. And we are going to, we have a foul on the play. We got to push, and it's going to be on Stevens. Her 3rd foul. 22 seconds to go. So it's going to be Wayne with a chance to hold on for the last shot of the quarter.
I would expect they would, and we'll see if they slow down a little bit. I was watching Bryant's body language as she ran back on defense there. She seems gassed, and you can hardly blame her.
Big-time atmosphere. Sold-out crowd. Ball knocked away there by Jada Quinn. They are standing around the doors. There are not many seats left in here, and we still have a quarter to play before the boys' game. Excellent atmosphere here at Wayne. 7.5 ticks on the clock. Straight down the lane, flips up, no good. Ball's bounced around, flipped up late. Wouldn't have been good even if it dropped. And it's Belleville after being down a bucket at the break. They are now up 4, 41-37 as we head into the final frame, and we'll have it for you right after this.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Welcome back, guys. This game has been neck and neck and did not disappoint. Both teams went in with a similar mindset to play good defense and to play hard, and they're both doing that and executing in their own ways. It's beautiful to see. We love it. My favorite part has just been the composure of both teams. Something happens on one end of the court, they go back and execute on the other end. It's amazing work right here. We love it. It's amazing. Good luck to both teams, and I'll toss it back.
All right, we appreciate it, Chloe. 41-37 as we head into the final 8 minutes. Ryan Slocum alongside Zach Preece. Glad you could be here on Game Time Live on the State Champs Sports Network. Zach, the Zebras had a 2-point lead heading into the second half. They now find themselves down 4. What went wrong? How do they fix it?
Well, it was a back and forth there. It was frantic for a while with the Zebras knocking down a couple of big-time threes. I think they're going to need some more of those shots to fall, and I think Colina Bryant has to be more of a distributor. She's really struggling with the length and the size of the Tigers inside. She's got to look to pass first once she beats her man off the dribble.
Mackenzie Nelson did all she could. She brought this place to life, and we got a steal and a breakaway, but how about the hustle again by the freshman, Paisley Stevens. She is doing a little bit of everything out here today. Just doing a great job, the 5'11 freshman. Get used to hearing that name. You're going to hear it for the next 4 years.
and she gets beat there, but instead of putting her head down, she turns and runs full speed, which is really fast for her, back on defense and gets the stop.
Good play, dumps it inside. Bucket off the inbound, laid in there by Mackenzie Nelson again. Another poke away. Here comes Wayne. Beautiful pass inside, bucket, and the foul. Mackenzie Nelson is taking this game over. But how about the no-look pass as well by Colina Bryant?
Colina, I mean, this is unbelievable. She keeps the ball away from the trailing defender. I'm not sure her team communicated it, but she keeps possession of the ball and then just whips it between just about the whole defense. Tough finish, strong at the rim. She's going to get rewarded with an extra freebie.
And that ties the game at 41. The and one, no good. So with 7:30 to go, we are deadlocked, 41 apiece. This is what they paid for. Incredible game so far. Sydney Savory throws it into the paint, throws it away. Here comes Wayne looking to move back in front.
Now, I think if you're Wayne, you got to slow down. It's easy to get excited, but still, you're winded. Some of these girls look really winded out there. You got to chill out, make some of those easier passes.
And that's exactly what Coach Jarvis Mitchell said. Micah Darling had it, running into a little bit of trouble. He said, I don't like what I see. I got to call timeout. And he's telling his point guard, his 4-year starter, Colina Bryant, come get the ball. We need you in this atmosphere, in this game. Come get the ball. Please take over. Slow us down.
And as a coach or a fan, there's certain players who, when they have the ball in their hands in tense situations, you're relaxed. You're confident they're going to make the right play. There's other players, it's nothing against them, but that's not everyone's role to ball handle in these high pressure situations. You're not at 41 with the best team in the state of Michigan. This is a chance for a program defining win here, and you want nobody but the best with the ball here down the stretch.
Absolutely. Belleville, 14-0 record, 8-0 in conference. That record is in dire straits right now. 41-41. They do have 7 minutes to go. Wayne Memorial says you don't come into our house and take over. They are playing great. It's Bryant, the stop and pop. No good with the 3 on the wing. Here come the Tigers.
And she just hasn't gotten that going. She's gotten open multiple times, just can't seem to finish.
Paisley drives the lane, throws it in and out of the hands of Chen, and we will head back the other way. Zebras now with another shot to take over.
And those are those type of plays where you're going to look back at the end of the game and go, oh, that could have been 2 more points. Really on both ends, there's been plenty of those right there. Chen would have had an open layup, and it just goes through her hands.
So here comes Bryant, the 5'7" senior. Puts it over on the wing for Cross. Baseline J is Gabby. Gabby can't get it to go, but the Zebras keep it. It's Bryant under the hoop, lays it up and in for the lead.
Crafty finish. She didn't try to force it there. Understand she's giving up size, instead went reverse.
And it's the Zebras again with another takeaway.
It seems like there's been these little bursts of momentum for the Zebras all night. I think the Tigers need to, after a made basket for the Zebras, maybe slow down a little. They're starting to struggle with turnovers in their own right.
Both teams told us this would be like a college game, and that's exactly what we've gotten so far. It's Bryant with the pump fake. The Rainbow J finds nothing but the bottom. 45-41. Colina putting her team up 4 with 5:46 to go.
Bryant just pounding her chest saying, what's up? I'm here. That's back-to-back buckets for her. Gives her squad a 4-point lead. Has she been a playmaker or what down the stretch?
I've seen a 24 named Bryant do that same exact thing before a time or two. Very Kobe-esque from Colina. Drexel is going to love to have her for the next 4 years after this. McDonald's All-American finalist. She gives her team a 4-point lead after being down 4 going into the frame.
And the level of confidence on her, the level of swagger is just unbelievable. Doesn't matter how bright the lights are. The lights are about as bright as they get tonight. You're playing the #1 team in the state. Obviously, the matchup between the two best players on each squad has been highlighted coming into this game, and she stepped up. Hasn't had a great shooting night. We can't pretend that she shot the ball well. She struggled from the outside, but it hasn't hurt her confidence. She's still making the right play, making those no-look passes, and right there with a great pump fake, waits for the flyby, then knocks down the J.
Well, Tigers aren't 14-0 for nothing, and they have been in some tight battles with some of the top teams in the state already this year. Parma Western they knocked off 72-56. Also Ann Arbor, Gabriel Richard 46-45. So they know how to get it done in tight situations. They're going to need to do it again right here. They've got it. Paisley flips it up. Late whistle, but we get a whistle, and she'll head to the strike.
And how interesting is it that it's the freshman, Paisley Stevens, going to work with the game on. I mean, we're getting into crunch time here. There's less than 6 minutes left. You're down 4. This isn't really a high-scoring game. Every possession is gold. It's her with the ball in her hands instead of Sydney Savory.
She's done a great job so far, and she rattles home the first free throw. Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. And officials are needed now more than ever. Go to MHSAA.com for more info, because without officials, it's just practice. The freshman knocks down a pair, and it is a 2-point game. Tough throw there. Zebras do hang on to it. Once again, it's Bryant. Teardrop gets it to go. The senior saying, not on my home floor. We got a 4-point game.
And you see her clapping on defense. She's locked in.
Here comes Sydney. Throws it up top. Now it's the freshman again. On the wing. Finds his shooter.
I want to see Savory go get the ball and take control of this ball game down the stretch.
Here comes Ryland down the paint, and we get a foul. Clock stops with 4:43 to go in the game. And it'll be Ryland Bushel heading to the line.
And I say that about Savory going and taking over the ball game, but turns out Coach knows best, because he knows the defense is keying on her. That's back-to-back trips now where they've gotten to the free throw line with other people kind of directing the offense, because they understand the defense is so keyed on Sydney Savory. They've got some advantages elsewhere.
Tigers have been knocking down their free throws. That one rims out for Ryland. Second one rattles in and out as well. Off the board, off the front, and off. Here comes Bryant. Ryland Gardner. Driving baseline, taking her time. Bryant brings it back out. Kicks it into the corner. We got a triple on the way, and it is down. Coach told us this team can get hot, and they are hot right now, knocking down everything from downtown. This time it is Smith for 3 and a 7-point lead. Here comes Savory stepping through once again. Third straight trip down, third straight trip to the line.
And great job by Savory there. She didn't necessarily fully beat her defender off the dribble, but she stops, pivots, uses her size, puts a shoulder into the defender, then is able to step through, and they have no choice but to hack her across the arms.
Obvious statement of the year. Very important to knock down these free throws. Just missed a pair last time down. Sydney knocks down the first.
And she's been a little quieter in the second half. Just seeing the ball go in there with a player as good as her, you never know. That can lead to a sudden 3-point barrage out of nowhere.
Hits them both, and it's 50-45 now with 4 minutes to play in the game. Here comes Cross. Tried to sell the foul. Nothing there. We got a rumble down here on the floor. 2 officials, and we got a jump ball. It will stay with the Zebras. Cross kind of looking cross-eyed at the referee right there. You got to be kidding me. I got tackled. But the Zebras do keep the ball.
Yeah, it was originally, the original signal seemed to be a foul, and then the refs came together and had a discussion. Maybe one of them had a little bit of a better view. They came to the decision that was a jump ball.
Wayne bringing it up the court. It's Cross. And this time she does get the call, and it's on Savory.
And the body language from both teams right now is really telling. The Tigers, they not nearly as pumped up as they were earlier in the game. Meanwhile, the Zebras, they're clapping, they're gathering together in huddles after every single play. The energy's pumping for them.
No question. Definitely a tale of two different stories here. Maybe a little shoulder shrugs. And this is where Coach told us Rylan Bushel really steps up. She's the morale girl. Got to get these kids going. Here comes Bryant. That one's short. Zebras stay with it. We're going to have another jump ball, and this time it will be the Vills ball.
And earlier it was the Tigers who were winning the offensive glass. They were the ones imposing their will physically. Right there, that was the Zebras who actually came up with multiple huge offensive rebounds. They were just unable to finish it.
And we have a technical foul called after the little scuffle down there. And it's Sydney knocking down the first technical free throw.
And that tee is going to be on Gabrielle Gerald. Gabrielle Gerald, she gets teed up. That's big. You don't want to have that at this point in the game. But again, the kids are playing with passion. It's easier said than done.
Yep, no question.
Timeout, Belleville. 30-second timeout.
You're playing with incredible passion. You got the number one team, hasn't lost a game all year, on the ropes, on your home floor, in front of a packed house. You got to keep those emotions in check. You just gave them 2 free points, but they are still up 3, 50-47 with 3:31 to go.
And it's more than just a packed house. If you look at standing room only right here, we got a whole crowd down here to our left, a crowd across from us. This is what's awesome about high school sports, man, isn't it?
No question about it. We said it before, 12 miles separating these two teams. They're rivals. On the girls' side, we told you about what's happened in the past. Both of these coaches are boys. They're buddies. They know each other. These teams play together in AAU and things like that in the summer. So you couldn't get a better matchup, and we're seeing it. It has lived up to the billing.
Somebody might be sending a little bit of a sarcastic text message tomorrow is what you're saying, potentially.
Yeah.
Once the edge wears off.
Or in about 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Yeah, when they get back to the locker room, that might be happening. Here comes the Ville. They got a chance to tie it up. Sydney trying to get the ball. She doesn't. Rylan with it. Spins through the paint. No travel. Sydney for 3. Nails it. Talk about tough shots. That was one, and we are locked up at 50.
And there's nothing you can do. The defense was there. She's just too good, too big. Great, such a high shot release. There's literally nothing you can do about that shot.
Here comes Kalina. Trying to match it. Dribbling up top. Rylan Bushel on her. Kicks it into the corner. Cross. Back to Bryant. Baseline. Inside. How about the defense? And look who it is once again. With the poke away, the freshman Paisley Stevens.
And Sydney Savory, just like we talked about, she sees the ball go through the basket. She made four free throws there into the couple minutes before, and then nails a tough step-back 3.
Bryant into the paint. That's going to be a foul, so Bryant will go to the stripe.
Big-time move. There's the aggressiveness from Bryant. Now, we've seen a couple times where she's gotten stuffed on that exact same move, but she goes back to it, not afraid of going inside being physical.
Got to pick your spots. You got to get to your spots. That's obviously one of hers. And now she goes to the line looking to put the home team back on top in front of a packed house at Wayne Memorial High School. Kalina knocks down the first.
And this is why you shoot those free throws in practice after running sprints. The heart's racing, the adrenaline's pumping. You're really nervous. She might not admit it, but it'd be tough to not be nervous in this situation. But boy, does she not show it one bit.
Not at all. Definitely stepped up here in the second half, taking over here. Second is up. Second is through. 52-50. 2:35 to play. One of the top 25 sophomores in the country. Kicks it across. Jada with it. Now inside. Rylan Bushel on the wing.
And they're slowing it down here. I like this.
Setting up the offense. Coach told us we are an underrated offensive team in the half court. They average over 20 assists per game. Not going to get one here because maybe the freshman made her first mistake of the day, traveled with the ball before the block.
And she's been so poised all game long. Right there, she could have just spotted up for that nice little mid-range J. Got a little bit of happy feet there.
Little hesitant, just that hair hesitation. So here come the Zebras, and it's Cross into the corner. Triples underway. It's short. How about the hustle inside? And it's going to be Ayanna with it. She's down on the floor trying to call the timeout. She will get it, much to the chagrin of Jarvis Mitchell. And it will be a timeout for the Ville.
And you know who's not hesitant? Morgan Smith. She's letting that fly from the corner every single time. Unfortunately for her, she couldn't knock that one down.
Hey, make sure you don't go anywhere. You think this is good? We got more coming. Second half of our doubleheader. The boys' game gets underway about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. You're not going to want to miss it because, again, it's two top 25 teams facing off for the top of the KLAA East. Great job by the schedule makers to get this one here. It was supposed to be earlier in the week. They had those cold days. It's on a Saturday. Nobody's working. You don't got to get up for work tomorrow. You can come out here, a great doubleheader. Guys and girls, you don't get to see it all the time in two top 25 teams on both sides. This is a real treat for us to be here, to be able to bring it to you. If you weren't one of the people standing in front of the doors here, what are they now, Zach? They're about 5, 6 deep.
At least, I think. And we've got people lined up out the doors, people trying to peek over each other's heads and catch a little bit of the action. And I never thought I'd be so happy for a negative 17-degree day last week that gave us this kind of double the fun action here today.
No question about it. So glad we can bring it to you on State Champs Game Time Live. Zach Prees, Ryan Slocum, and Chloe Hugg. Happy to bring you the action along with all our guys behind the scenes. Doing a great job on the replays, and watch that right there. Throws it away after a timeout. Ryland Bushel, little miscommunication, and the ball goes back to the Zebras, up a deuce with 1:40 to play.
Yeah, and I will see how poised they can stay after that mistake. That's a couple turnovers on back-to-back possessions now.
Bryant played so well here in the second half. She's got Bushel on her. Gets into the paint. Double team coming, and it's another turnover. Ayanna Stevens with the takeaway, and here comes Bushel.
Interesting, they didn't try to take advantage of the man advantage there.
Here comes Sydney, kicks it off, triple from the wing, just off, and it's rebounded by Gerald.
And now you start to think about chewing clock. There's a minute left. This is the question. Do you shoot the ball here? Do you not? I fully expect them to try to run this clock down and force the Tigers to foul.
Absolutely. We are down to 50 seconds. It's Bryant inside. Turn and gun. Gets it to drop. Mackenzie Nelson playing an incredible game. She makes it a 4-point game. Here comes Ryland for three. It's off. Rebound by the Tigers. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Wayne. And this crowd can feel it. Ryland has to foul Bryant. And they are going to the line up 54-50 with 25 ticks left on the clock.
What a gutsy play. Mackenzie Nelson, of course, assisted by none other than Colina Bryant. She pivots with both defenders on her. That right hook over the left shoulder and gets it to go. It's a 2-possession lead.
And I misspoke. They had 3 fouls, now with 4. One more to give. There it is. So now they will go to the line. It's going to be the junior Mariah Cross to increase this lead. 4 points right now with 22.6 on the clock. The Temple commit, 5'3", going to the stripe to maybe put this game out of reach.
And Mariah Cross is a baller, but the Tigers have to be happy that it's her instead of Colina Bryant going to the line. That's something to watch here.
Knocks it down. 5-point game now. The spark plug of this team, the 15th Division I player in the last 10 years, is at the stripe and calmly sinks them both. No hesitation gets him to go. Here comes Sydney. Breaks the press. Pulls up for three. Way off. Zebras have it. And they're going to try to dribble this thing out. And now they can feel it. Mariah skipping down the court. Morgan Smith telling everybody to calm down. But it's going to be hard to do because they're up 6 with 10 seconds to go. They're about to hand Belleville their first loss of the season.
The only thing that's left to be done is for the clock to officially hit 0. This one is just about, I never want to speak too soon, but for all intents and purposes, should be over. One free throw here will make this a 3-possession ball game.
Bryant no good on the first.
And if you're the Tigers, if she misses this, you got to go quick. There has to be a quick 3. If you've practiced this, there has to be some sort of a quick play where you can get a quick tray ball. If you make that, then it's suddenly a 1-possession game.
Knocks down the second. 7-point game. 10.6. Here comes the freshman. She's going to go inside, dump it off, lays it in, clock still running, and that will do it. The number 1 team in the state has been knocked off. Belleville goes down. Wayne Memorial wins it 57-52 in an incredible top 25 matchup, Zach.
Could we have asked for anything more? I mean, star power, shot making, the environment, the hustle, people diving on the ground for loose balls. This is what high school sports is about. This was a joy to call this game.
Look at the joy on the faces of the girls down there on Kid Cam. Our Chloe Hug standing by. She's got the player of the game, and it is the lady that took over in the second half. Chloe down there with Kalina Bryant.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the one and only Kalina Bryant. What an amazing game. You just beat 12-0 Belleville. Yep. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling amazing. We stuck to the game plan. That's what made us come out here and win the game.
100%. You're a leader. You're a true leader. This game was insane, but you kept your composure. How did you do it?
Every day in practice, we live for moments like this. No moment is bigger than us. We always stick together, and that's how we come and get together and win.
What does this game mean for the rest of your season?
Man, it means a lot to be able to beat an undefeated team, but we still got work to do, so we're going to come in here tomorrow, put some more work in, and we got the rest of the season. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll pass it back up. Good luck on the rest of your season. Yes.
All right, thanks, Chloe, and great job by Kalina. Coach told us 9-5 means nothing. Don't look at that record. Don't do it at all. They knock off the number 1 team in the state. Belleville falls to 14-1, and now it's Wayne atop the KLAA East as we head here to the second half of the season. Final thoughts here, Zach, on this one.
Really a fun game. It was the mental toughness down the stretch. Wayne had some rough stretches throughout this game. I can't sugarcoat that. They had some unforced turnovers, but they managed to pull it together, and really it was Kalina Bryant being that stabilizing force when they needed her the most.
We thank you so much for joining us here on State Champs Game Time Live. Hey, we're not done. We'll be right back in about 20 minutes with the second half of our doubleheader. It's the boys, Belleville at Wayne Memorial, and that's coming up right after this. Thanks. We'll see you in about.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. You can play sports at the next level. Go to LTURecruitYourself.com today. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to ReactionTechSports.com for more information. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.